Happy Friday, we're back again.
Yes.
It's been a while, it's been a few weeks off. We had a few different things that we had to do, but we're back in action and there's heaps going on. Maybe not as much as I thought, to be honest, but let's start with local.
Yeah.
Let's start with local and then we'll go overseas.
Yeah, you're probably a bit more on top of the local stuff than I am. I do know that the CBA just came out and announced $1 billion worth of fraudulent loans or something have been written.
Is that it? I would have thought there'd be a lot more.
A lot more, yeah.
So, yeah, well, they released their profit numbers and they're looking good.
Yeah.
But, yeah, in saying that, of course, the numbers are going to be good because property prices have gone up.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah, it's one of those things where, you know, I think the government was trying to help first-time buyers, but in essence, they've actually helped the banks.
Of course, as always.
As always, the banks will win. We know that already. But I think a lot of people thought that this was going to be the savings scheme. You know, let's get more people into the property market.
Yeah.
Let's get more people into the property market, but we haven't got enough properties. So what's going to happen? Everything is going to be happy. But it didn't work like that.
Prices go up. Now we've got interest rates going up.
Yeah, well, that's the next thing, the next piece of the puzzle. Like all the big banks are saying it's going to happen and it's coming. And this has been something that's been in the wheelhouse for like months, right? But now it's sort of just coming affront very quickly because obviously house prices have gone up really fast. You had the energy rebates which got switched off. Yeah. And now everyone's like, well, shit, things are getting expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's a few reports saying that One Nation have started gaining a bit more traction.
Yeah, well, they look like they may win in Melbourne. Yeah. And look, they're gaining popularity because I think people are sick of the two major parties because no one's giving an alternate type of view. Yeah. You know, and I think especially at the next election, Labor's going to be between a rock and a hard place because they want to help people get onto the property market, but they want to cut negative gearing or the capital gains tax discount. Yeah. So whatever they do, somebody's going to lose. So it just depends which part of their voter base is bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be pretty interesting to see sort of what happens over the next couple of years. But I fear there'll be a fair bit of division from it.
A division as in?
Just in terms of like, you know, left and right. Like, because One Nation's a bit more that sort of further right.
Yeah. I think so. But I think, people are just sick of the two major parties just waffling. Yeah. And that's like no one's coming up with a solution. That's like we're doing Band-Aid things to try and help different segments of the community, which is what they should be doing, but you need to also think about the majority. Yeah. And One Nation has just come at a time after all the Bondi stuff, with all
immigration,
you have all the protests, like things are starting to get violent.
Yeah.
You know,
so people are just like, what can we change to fix it really?
Well, if they really want to fix house prices quick, they just need to slow migration down. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's simple. It's but it never happens. You know. So what do you see with like property prices?
Look, I think people are starting to realise that things are going to become tighter. Yeah. And things are becoming more expensive in terms of repayments. So naturally, I don't think the market's sort of going to boom like everyone's expecting. I think I saw KPMG and all these big guys were saying that Sydney's going to grow like 10%. It's not going to grow at 10% if interest rates continue to go up.
No, it can't.
Even if migration comes in or it doesn't, if interest rates go up, things are going to become more expensive to maintain. Yeah. And naturally, that's going to put a ceiling on prices. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But I think the bigger thing is the capital gains tax discount.
That's gone. That's the 50% scheme.
It's the 50% scheme at the moment. Some are saying they're going to get rid of it completely. Some are saying they're not going to cut it at all. But I think it's easy for them to make a lot of money by a very small change. You know, and who doesn't want to tax the property investors that have made a motto over the last couple of years?
Yeah, and they're also talking about increasing income tax as well. Is that right?
Well, I think there is. I think there's a standard $1,000 tax deduction coming. Yeah. From 2026, so everyone will see it the following year. So in 2027's when you do your tax returns in 2027. Yeah. But it's only $1,000 standard deduction, which works out to be about $300
What's that? Just $1,000 across the board for everyone?
for everyone.
Right.
If you're working, you get this deduction.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's a bit of a help, but you know, what's $300 if it costs you a shop at Woolies costs you $100 a week extra?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. As per usual.
That's per usual.
Yeah. And internationally, a lot's happening.
A lot's happening. We had in the US, we had the State of the Union.
Yeah,
by Trump
yeah. Did you watch the whole thing?
I watched it, and I was like, man, how is this guy? He's like 80 years old. He's got so much energy. Like, for anyone that hasn't watched it, go watch it.
He doesn't drink alcohol either.
No alcohol, no
So he
drugs.
wasn't pissed. He was straight as.
But the comments or the side jokes and all that, like, I was like, man, this guy's 80 years old and he's still got it in his
I
mind.
was just watching, like, I think I watched maybe like 15 minutes of it or a few of the highlights, and like they'd get up, the Republicans would get up every time he'd speak for 30 seconds and clap, and then the Democrats are sitting there just like angry at him, and then he just starts mouthing off at them saying, you guys are crazy for not standing up and clapping.
Basically. But
what a show.
He's got a lot of energy, put it that way.
He's got a lot of energy. Yeah, definitely. Enough energy to send over a third of his military to Iran.
Well, Iran is still becoming, and you and I have different opinions on this. I thought that they were going to get a war.
Yeah.
But I think now, the way things are looking, they probably get a deal done.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to go the other way. I think that Iran's being really smart in just dragging out the talks to either enrich more uranium or just prepare. Because, I mean, I can't see how the US telling their military to get out of the bases, sending over all the F-22s and the 2 aircraft carriers, like, that's a lot of money and assets to send over. And it's the biggest armada build-up in the history of conflict. Since, I think, Iraq, they had a similar build-up, but nowhere near as big as this one.
But do you reckon it'll be quick? Like, if it's going to happen?
No.
Or is it going to be years? Like,
I think it'll be years.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll drag on.
But what's the purpose of it?
Well, that's a good question. I think I know the purpose of it. And I personally think that it's because, and America's done this before, is they're in too much debt. They're in too much debt. And this is a playbook that has been used before. It happened with the Iraq War, right? The GFC, like, they have a playbook where they spark conflict, and, you know, it resets the economy, increases oil prices, you know, and they probably made their moves with their investments.
Oh, in Venezuela, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in oil. They've got all their oil ready, spike the prices, clear the debt.
It does make sense.
I mean, you're in $38 trillion of debt. You've got AI coming out, you've got the tokenization of assets coming out, you know, Clarity Act, and all those things are happening beneath the surface of all of this conflict. When we're looking over here, this stuff's happening over there. Why not start a war to reset the economy?
Yeah, look, I have a different view. I think what they're trying to do in Iraq, because obviously Iraq is good friends with China. I think, obviously, Trump is trying to align with Putin somehow, and all of a sudden now isolate China in terms of what access they have to Europe. Because I think Iran is also a major arterial way to get into Europe. Obviously between, I think, the Suez Canal, and basically the areas where oil goes via American routes at the moment. You know, so if Iran wants to continue, you know, trading with the world, and obviously America wants it to do it their way, and Iran's one of the biggest partners is China. So I think it's, you know, it's probably a bigger play, as in you've got Russia, you've got Iran, you've got China. I think America's just trying to position itself to make sure it wins.
Yeah, look, I think that's definitely still part of it as well. I think that's all part of the greater plan, is definitely for that, as well as, you know, resetting their economy. But it's, yeah, like, I mean, you think about, like, the uranium thing, like the enriching, like, how long have they been enriching uranium for? Iran.
Well, it sounds like the weapons of mass destruction.
Well, they've been doing it for exactly
you know,
since 2001. So why now in 2026 do we have a problem with it? Oh yeah, okay, it's hit 60%. You know, obviously that's a lot higher than what they used to have. But I think I heard a thing where they were talking about levels of uranium that you need in order to use it for, you know, energy is like 3%. Right? They would have hit over 3% years ago. Yeah, they hit 60% now, but like it's 2026.
That's true.
Like, why are we doing something about it now?
Yeah. Oh, look, I think there is definitely a story or logic behind America trying to cause something to crash the markets.
100%.
Just because, like, you know, the banks and everyone makes money on the way up and on the way down. So you can short stocks on the way down.
Yep.
And everyone's piling all of their money, super funds, SMSFs, countries are all piling their money into which market? The US stock market.
Exactly.
So it just sort of perfectly aligns. If you're ready to profit on things on the way down, that's what happened in the GFC, and also happened in 2012. Greek crisis, I remember, the European debt crisis. It's happened multiple times, even COVID.
Yeah.
It's like if you're on the right position to make money on the way down, a story like this is what forces it to happen.
Exactly. And it's the same thing, like, why do these big institutes and investors always make money in these situations? You know, and why do the little guys always end up losing money? It's because they're looking that way.
This is true.
And then the big dogs are looking here where everything's happening because they see it, you know, and hopefully that's us.
Because heaps of people piling money into the stock market, and there's a lot of money. If you put money in the market a few years ago, you made absolute mozza. Even if you put money a few months ago, you made a lot of money.
Well, it's hitting all-time highs. Constantly.
Yeah, well, as part of the State of the Union, he was saying it's hit all-time highs like 54 times in the last year.
Yeah.
So naturally, all of our super funds, Australian money, all that stuff is tied to the US stock market. So if America makes money, we all make money. You know, but you're right. I think there's going to be one event.
But this is the thing, and this always happens when a crash happens, right? We have these all-time highs and these like, oh my God, the stock market's never been so good and da-da-da-da-da. And then what happens?
Kaboom.
Bang.
Well, to me, the thing that is the triggering scenario that's really playing in my mind is everyone lining up at ABC Bullion and buying gold and silver. They are the retail guys. That's the end of the line. You know, if you see people getting into the stock market, you see or the media is just talking about the stock market, you see people buying gold and silver, it's like, these are the retail guys. It's the end of the line. So that's why I think, you know, we're getting ready for something that's going to come. Whether this comes, you know, tomorrow or 6 months. No.
Yeah, when is really, you just don't know. It is coming. That's what I think for sure. When? Who knows? Who knows? It could all happen next week. They got their final talks supposedly next week. In Vienna. They had their talks in Geneva, I think, yesterday, which they didn't come to an agreement on. And then Trump said from Feb 19th, he gave them 10 to 15 days. So that takes us until like next Wednesday or something like that. But you know what Trump's like? He's not bluffing.
No, it's not bluffing. I think the world leaders know that too.
100%.
You know, it's not a bluff, and I think that's why they're scared. Like even last week, they struck down the Supreme Court tariff thing. I don't know if you saw that as well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I saw that.
And then, but then when I was reading,
but he got away with it in the end.
He got away with it. Like the Supreme Court justice basically just said, "You're using the wrong section. Use this section.
Use this one instead."
And I saw that, and like everyone was like, "Well, you got to give the money back. It should be a refund, and all the rest of it." But it's like, as if they're going to give back 200 billion.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's not going to happen.
No.
But I think what they're going to do, the 200 billion, is they will give it out as a dividend check to everybody when the GFC happens. And I know that sounds a bit crazy.
No, it doesn't at all. It makes a lot of sense.
But it's like, well,
it's like, here's your solution.
Yeah.
You know, what do they say? Create the problem, then the reaction. Here's the solution.
Which is no different when the GFC happened.
Yeah.
They did QE.
Yeah.
It's the same way. It's just done different.
And they'll turn around and say, see, this is what we did for you in times that were really hard.
That's it.
It's a similar thing in COVID, when COVID happened.
Yeah.
You know, here's the, what was it called? All the two handouts they gave. I can't remember now. JobKeeper.
JobKeeper. Job Seeker or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Oh, JobKeeper,
Yeah. And then we were smashed in a recession and inflation off the back of it. Yeah.
got all this money, but he couldn't spend it to buy anything.
No, that's right.
You know?
Yeah.
But if you had assets, you made a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
If you had properties,
I wish I had this mindset back in COVID. I was just trying to survive.
I think most people were.
Yeah, they were for sure. But yeah, it's and there's other things happening outside of that as well. Like I think I spoke to you about this. Was that Cuba had attacked a boat with Americans on it, and then you've got
Mexico.
Oh, sorry, yeah, fuck, Mexico.
Man, Mexico is wild.
Dude, I've got a client, a member from one of the gyms who's over there. She's in Mexico City, so I think they're okay, but yeah,
man,
hectic.
That's wild. And like, I saw the stories about that, and the guy got done because of the OnlyFans model. So basically, he was the head honcho, obviously had connects everywhere because he had so much money.
This is the guy that they killed. Yeah.
And apparently, well, this is all the rumours, the location got leaked by his OnlyFans girlfriend.
No way.
That's the rumour.
That's a rumour and a half.
But like,
surely.
It's like... Wow. And yeah, so now I think, Mexico's in a bad place at the moment because they're just going nuts,
And there's ties with... I don't know how true this is, but they were tying it to like the Iranian leadership as well. They were saying that they have close ties with the Mexican cartel. Trying to start trouble with Americans over in Mexico. So there's that, and then there's obviously the Pakistan and Afghanistan.
Yeah, well, that's
kicked off
just
today
this morning.
Yeah, and Israel's just bombed Hezbollah in Israel.
A lot going on.
So like that's the thing. Like you got to like put all these things together. And go like,
where do you look?
Where do you look? And also like, why are these things happening right now? Because yes, there's always been conflicts happening all over the place, different times, all that sort of stuff. But now we're seeing it way more often than we normally would.
Well, Australia's also a bit isolated because we're on our own.
Yeah.
Like we've got no countries around us connected to us. So we don't really see this side of things.
No, and it's not really on the news much. Like everyone I speak to about this stuff, if I do speak to anyone about it, they got no idea. They're like, what are you talking about? What do you mean Pakistan is fighting with Afghanistan? What? So, it's going to affect us in Australia. We know that.
Yeah, well, global markets when they hit.
Oil.
Because we are all connected to it somehow. Our super funds are invested.
Yeah.
Like you said, oil prices own basically everything that we use. Even Woolies, of course, they use oil. So it's like, if things spike, everything naturally gets more expensive.
This is the other thing as well, and I'm so glad I did this with you ages ago, was the self-managed super fund. Because if things do go this way, then obviously the stocks are going to go down. People will lose a lot of money in their supers, right?
Well, the thing is, if you have cash as well, like you can also see this as an opportunity.
Yeah.
They always say that you should buy stocks when there's blood on the streets. That's the saying, because if you can buy, CBA is like 170, 180. If it goes down to $20, if you've got money, you can buy these shares.
Yeah.
Good companies, blue chip companies that are stable. They go up and down with price. Things happen all the time. But if you can get something in like that, in 5 years you have a 500% return, you'll probably stop working.
Yeah, 100%.
If you've got a couple of $100,000, you chuck it in, it goes up, you have a couple of million, it's a different story. Life is different,
What are the stats on people actually doing the SMSF? Do you know?
I think last quarter was the most amount of SMSF set up.
Yeah, well, that's good.
I think, the most amount set up in any quarter since the beginning.
So that to me tells me that people are starting to wake up to the fact that you just shouldn't leave your money in the control of like institutes.
But not only that, I think people want to have more control.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like,
why not? It's your money.
It's
you
your
work
money.
for it.
Like, I used to have an industry super fund, and it's like back then when I had it, like now it's a bit different. You can log in, you can check. But I remember when I had mine, I used to get one statement per year showing how much went in, how much they charged me, and it was that was it.
No, and you kind of just accept it. Hey, you're just like, oh, this is just the way it is.
Exactly.
But you've got the options now.
But now, like, people are also learning more. Like, you're talking about all this stuff going on in the world. People want to have more control of their own money. They want to buy properties, they want to buy shares, maybe they want to buy cryptos, whatever they want to do. But at least they're in charge of their own destiny.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, well, I'm going to put it into this thing, and then I'll see it right at the end.
Yeah.
It's like I want to have more control. I want to do it my way.
I think it's the way to go. I think an SMSF is the way to go, especially now. Having that autonomy to be able to push that money into an investment that could 10x your super by the time you retire, instead of just leaving it you know.
Well, the super funds, what they do, the big guys is, you'll
They
get
use it.
Yeah, well, you'll get your 7-8%, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They'll get your money and they'll go invest it and make whatever 100%, 50%, whatever it is
On your hard-earned
on your
cash.
money.
Yeah.
And they'll charge you, and like this is where a lot of people don't check. You'll have a return,
Yeah.
but then they'll take out
out money. Yeah. And then they use your money to invest in other things.
But not only that, if the fund, if the balance of the fund is higher, they get a management fee regardless every single year for doing it. Then if the value's gone up, they'll make like a bonus commission. But if it goes down, if your balance goes down, you don't get the commission back. They'll just charge you the management fee, and that's where it's like, okay, like. You should be fair and go, well, if I'm getting charged a fee because the balance has gone up, great. But then if you lose money from me, then why am I paying you?
Yeah. You pay us regardless.
But it's like, no, you got to pay us regardless.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. When we say this every week, but I think the next week or so will be really telling with Iran. And if a strike does happen, which I personally think it will, we're going to see things move very, very quickly.
Look, with geopolitics, things happen very fast.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you remember, I think it was like September-ish last year when Iran actually attacked
Israel. Yeah.
Like, no one was talking about it, and then I just remember watching it on TV. All the channels had it plastered, and it was like...
And it's out of nowhere. Exactly. This is the thing that shits me the most, is that like, there has been so much happening with Iran and the US and Israel, but it is barely hitting our mainstream media.
Of course.
It was on, I think it was on last night for about 2 minutes. But there's actually so much happening over there right now, and it's affecting the markets so much.
Man, that's why my main social media of choice is X.
X, yeah.
For that reason.
X and YouTube. YouTube's been good.
YouTube's been good.
Yeah.
But like, I don't like getting sucked into the videos too much. Whereas on X you just have like the little snippets. Comments. And like, cool. If you start watching videos, you lose hours. You just go down a hole.
Yeah, you can.
So that's why, and I think X is a bit like, it's straight to the point. It's not filtered, and that's what you want. Like, I don't want a view pushed on me by any media source. I just want the news to be out there, and I just want to read it myself and work it out.
Yeah, work it out yourself. Yeah. Not much else has really happened with the markets. We've seen gold is stuck around that 5,000.
Oh, well, silver went up to 120.
Silver went up to 120, but it came back down to like 75 or 80. And I think it's hovering around that $90.
I think because you also have the midterm elections in November.
Yes.
And I think that's going to be the thing that's going to be the trigger or the catalyst, because you've got to think you've got like one side of politics wants the markets to completely crash, because if the markets look bad and people lost all of their money in their super funds, if they're going to vote for the midterms, they're going to obviously go more Democrat instead of Republicans.
That's the other thing with that as well, is that like, if you think about if a war does happen, Trump either has to get it done before then, like start it and finish it before November, doesn't he?
Or really October.
Yeah.
Right, like just before it, say, hey, this is what we did. We got in.
We stopped them from, potentially bombing our country.
Yep.
Which wins him points, I would imagine.
I would have thought so too.
Yeah, like it would. Like from what a lot of what I'm seeing is that like Americans are sort of backing him.
But the other view of that as well is like, whenever there's a war type of event, it brings people together. Like, look at what's happening in Bondi. It's like, people are, yes, you've still got the two sides.
That's the thing. You've got the minority groups that are divided.
They'll always be divided.
Everyone else is together, but you don't see that on TV. That's the problem.
Because you've got like the people that are left and right.
Yeah,
they
clash.
Change, right?
Yeah.
Say the 10%. I don't know what the percentages are.
Yeah.
But 10% on each side are voting it no matter what. You've got the people in the middle which sort of sway things. And I think like events like Bondi.
That makes a lot of sense, and that's why a lot of people are going towards that one nation.
Yeah,
because they're all getting together and they're like, fuck these two sides.
Yeah.
Let's all get together and go for these guys.
Because they're a bit more balanced in the scheme of things. They seem a bit more balanced because you've got one side this way, one side that way, and they're like, well, what's the alternative?
And to be fair to Pauline Hanson and what's his name, Barnaby Joyce, their policies haven't changed, but their policies are now more relevant with the current situation that's happening, and that's why people are like, well, they will tackle a bit of immigration, which will save us some money.
Well, even we didn't speak about Susan Lee. She got punted as well.
Yeah.
She basically got the boot. She was never, I don't think, from the moment that she got that position,
No,
I think she
was just filling a gap.
Just filling a gap.
Yeah.
Because no one wanted to take the copying of losing the election that hard last year.
Yeah.
And she was the person that was there.
She was there, the scapegoat. Yeah. Blame.
And she really didn't do nothing. You know, like people say we didn't give her enough time. It's like, man, yeah, like 6 months, 8 months, you gotta sort it out, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't just waffle for 6 months, 8 months.
All the time you had, that's it. Yeah.
You know? And then they even had Bondi and they had Christmas, and it's like they had to make the move to change the leader. You know, you got, what's his name?
Angus Taylor.
Good old Angus. Let's see what he can do. He seems like he's a bit more of a stronger candidate when he speaks. He's also got Jane, I think her name is, which is the deputy as well. They're looking good at the moment.
But not much TV time.
They haven't got it yet.
That's the thing. They haven't got much TV time.
But they need they just need to push on like the three main things. You know, you got housing, you got immigration, and you got cost of living.
Yeah,
that's
but
what you have to talk about.
But it's almost too late because One Nation have been harping on about immigration for such a long time.
She's been around.
She has been on this case for a long time, and people are just going to go, well, you guys Liberals just following what Pauline's saying, and she's been saying it a lot longer than you. So you know what? I think they'll get in. I'll make the call now. I reckon they'll win it.
I think it's still a long way to go because I think the election's in 2 years.
It's in 2 years.
You know, so 2 years is a long time. But I think I think the next thing that's going to happen is the budget. Let's see what happens with the budget, which is fucked anyway.
Well, Albanese has to take the blame.
Well, it's more than $1 trillion now.
Yeah.
As of like last week.
Yeah.
You know,
it's the highest it's been in 2 decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're spending like crazy, and this is what's causing inflation.
Yeah.
Like it's so easy.
The last time we were in this much debt was actually World War II.
And the times are good now. You've got this much debt, and the times are good.
It shouldn't happen, right?
Shouldn't happen.
It should not happen. But it's just it's laughable because it's happened before.
Yeah.
That's what's laughable.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at the fact that we haven't learnt from our mistakes.
Yeah. We just keep repeating.
We keep repeating, and it's kind of like, why? Why do we keep repeating? Aren't we developed enough? Like, haven't we come far enough to not make these mistakes that made people poor?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Like, and unless you're onto it, you end up poor. It's sad, but hopefully this helps people get onto it.
Yeah, well, people are actually going backwards on a GDP per person, I think they call it. Like in terms of actual wealth per person, has gone backwards.
That's horrible.
You know, because things have just gone up too much. You know, so we're actually having a generation where this generation is going to be worse off than their parents, which is insane.
And you know what? It's so true. Like, you think about how many people were able to buy a home and have the Australian dream and actually own their home. How many people do you reckon now are actually living that dream?
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
And yeah, like people are blaming the boomers and all this.
Nah.
It's not that.
It's not.
It's not. It's like the boomers they had their turn, they had their time, they had the houses and whatever.
Yeah.
Now it's like it's the governments now that are stuffing it for the people later. Like the boomers, okay, cool. They're going to sell. They're not going to sell. Maybe they've got too many houses or whatever. But they can't force the boomers to sell. You got to change the policies to maybe allow them to sell more, you know, or build more houses. Like there's so many other solutions.
There is so many.
They can't force boomers to sell.
Yeah,
you know?
and a really good example of this was the Labor government's housing goal.
They haven't even built a house yet.
They are nowhere near it.
The housing minister there is like doing TikToks. It's like, man, I don't know if you saw it. It's like,
oh, God.
Just get back to doing your job, which the job is not to be on social media, is to just build the houses, get the houses built.
This is kind of comes back to the conversation we were having before of no one wants to work.
No, but
like even the government don't want to work.
No one wants to work.
But it's true. Like we were talking about it before. Like think about like your own business and how many people like you really need to hire now because of technology.
Technology is insane.
It's insane. Like we were talking about it with the Claude AI app. Like how much it's able to do for you and your business and how many people that would usually take to do.
It's insane.
Now you don't need people for that, do you? And we had this conversation in I think our second podcast, we spoke about AI and UBI, Universal Basic Income. And we're seeing it in our own businesses.
I'm seeing it now already. Like, if I have to hire someone, I'm thinking twice. Because it's like, okay, cool, what exactly does that person do?
Yeah.
And yeah, okay, you may need, like, if you build a business where it's fully a lot of processes are just a repetition. And if you just need someone to do a repetition, it can be an AI, it can be anything.
I think now, like, if you want to get a job in 2026 and into 2035, you have to be really good with people.
It's a relationship business, right? Because anybody can, like, you know, you see all these people online, you know, making a lot of money. It's like, okay, they're the top 1%. You know, they're doing it.
It's not that many people,
you know, that are doing it. The rest of the people want to deal with people. You know, where it's like, okay, cool, I'm going to come to you for this type of service or this type of service. So relationships, I think, are going to be key.
Massive,
and that's where the value is going to come, because AI can do a lot of things now. You don't need people to do
AI can do almost every job.
Essentially.
Like, the only jobs it can't really do are your labour-intensive jobs at the moment. Until we have, you've seen the robots that China are building.
Oh, insane. Absolutely insane.
Have you seen them?
Insane. They were doing like the dancing and...
Bro, have you seen the ones that fight?
Yeah, I saw the fighting ones too. Yeah.
Bro, like, they're building like an army of robots. It's too much Terminator.
Yeah. It's going to happen.
But like, think about that. If they can get robots to, you know, handle a weapon or, you know, fight, they're going to be able to get robots to do labour-intensive jobs, work in factories, buildings, whatever.
Sure.
So it's only a matter of time before that many jobs are taken by AI. This whole recession thing kind of falls into place with that.
Well, they're saying within 18 months, almost every single job will be done.
18 months.
Like, of course, there's going to be iterations. You know, there'll be better AI.
A lot of redundancies. Hey,
but I think it's already happening.
I think so.
I think it's already happening.
Well, we've seen it in your, like, you've had it in your business.
Yeah, like in my business, but just in any corporate type of business already.
Huge.
It's huge. Like, it's huge.
If you're sitting behind a computer, really, like, unfortunately, sorry for the viewers out there that are watching behind a computer working, it's the truth. It's the hard truth that you need to understand, is that if you can be replaced by AI, you will be.
Yeah. So I think this is where the people that adopt it and are the early adopters basically lean into it.
So you either use it,
lean into it, and then become so efficient that like you can pump out the work essentially, or you just say, no, I don't want to take it on, and just sit back and it's just gonna pass you by.
What kind of things have you done with AI to help your business?
Well, like, I think, like, even at a personal level, like, you know, just say logging into things and booking my gym classes, right? Like, that's all automated now. I don't have to think about it. I'll just log in, book the classes, because I do the standard classes every single week, and it's done. It's like, that's one less thing that needs to happen. You know, so just things like that, where it's like simple tasks that will take you time to do.
Save you time.
It just saves you time. And I know it's only a few minutes here or there, but it's headspace. It's like, you're not forgetting it. Now, if you forget it, you miss your class. If those things are automated, then you have time, or you have the headspace to go do something else. And that's what it all comes down to.
Well, it gives you more time to work as well, which means you don't need as many people.
So you have more time to work. It means you can generate even more money.
You
know, essentially, if you do it right, and you can become efficient, you can basically, you know, 2, 3, 4, 10x your output. Still offer the same level of service, because you're not doing back-end admin that pays you nothing. You're doing front-end, client-facing, client-building relationships. And when you do that, you're going to get more clients and more business. You know?
Definitely. You're going to buy a robot?
100%. I think they're coming out next year.
They're coming out next year. They're 20,000.
Done.
You have to pay it.
Done it. Done. Sign me up. I'm going to get the robot to go make money for me to pay for itself.
I'm going to sleep with one eye open. I'm going to be like Will Smith in iRobot. You know the guy that hates the robots? That'll be me.
Imagine you wake up and the robot's just standing
there. Just standing there. But it's just charging. It's got like a flashing blue light.
Like, imagine, like, say for example, like lawn mowing or washing the dishes. There's a task that, some people
but see, this is what I hate about this, right? And I actually put this into my course that I built using AI. But these are the simple things that humans need to keep doing. Like that's the problem with robotics, is it's going to replace all those simple things that actually help us stay grounded in a time that's probably when we're going to need it the most.
But to me, like, washing the dishes is a painful task.
It is a painful task, but it's also like, it's just one of those things that like you go, I wash the dishes, like, you know what I mean?
And
like,
another pet hate is like filling fuel in the car. Petrol in the car, my God. Like if it's just done.
Oh no, we're doomed. We're doomed.
Because overseas, especially like in Europe, I think it's in Europe where they fill the petrol for you. You pay.
They do it in Bali.
Yeah, and it's just done for you.
They do it in Bali.
But they even can come to your house, and I think there are companies here that do it as well. Well, I come to your house, fill up your car, and they just go. You pay a premium.
We're getting so lazy, man. That's horrible.
But you see Bunnings as well. Bunnings now.
Oh, not Bunnings.
Bunnings will Uber delivery.
No.
They're about to start it.
See, well, there you go, right? So how many people are going to be? How many people do you reckon work at Bunnings across Australia? Insane, like
amount of people.
Tens of thousands,
probably.
Do you reckon more?
Maybe.
Yeah, but think about that, right? If they have delivery for Bunnings, how many people are going to lose a job because they don't need checkout people?
Yeah,
and they just have them in a warehouse that gets loaded by robots.
Well, that's what Amazon does. You know,
it'll be the same thing.
It's like, you know, now I need a lawnmower. I'm not going to go pick it up. I'll just get it Ubered, which is insane.
No more sausage sizzles, man.
Yeah. That's what you got to eat.
Spewing. Yeah, cool. Well, next week will be pretty big. So we'll meet again.
Definitely meet again, and we'll see where the week takes us.
We shall.
All right.
Peace.